The Signal Transduction Pathway of Epinephrine by Sophie Doremus, Haley Renteria, and Eva Hennessy. The hormone epinephrine is made in the pituitary gland of the brain. Epinephrine is often referred to as the fight or flight hormone, and it is also known as adrenaline. The hormone travels through the bloodstream until it reaches the liver. This is known as long-distance signaling because the signal involves the hormone, and it has to travel a long way through the body to reach its destination. To start the signal transduction pathway, epinephrine, the ligand, binds to the extracellular side of the G protein-coupled receptor in the cell membrane of a liver cell. This causes the receptor to activate and change shape. The inactive G protein with the GDP molecule attached to it binds to the cytoplasmic side of the receptor. This causes GTP to displace GDP, and the G protein is now activated. The active G protein detaches from the receptor and diffuses along the membrane until it reaches the inactive enzyme adenylyl cyclase. When the G protein binds to adenylyl cyclase, the enzyme's shape changes and it is activated. This process is the first step in the pathway, and it is called reception because the G protein-coupled receptor originally detected or recepted the signal from the ligand of epinephrine. Once adenylyl cyclase is activated, it converts ATP into the secondary messenger cyclic AMP, or CAMP. CAMP will then bind to protein kinase A, which becomes active once CAMP binds to it. Protein kinase A will then transfer a phosphate group from ATP to an inactive molecule of phosphorylase kinase by phosphorylating it. Once the phosphorylase kinase is phosphorylated, it will bind to glycogen phosphorylase and activate it. This process is called transduction. The purpose of transduction is to convert the original signal into a form that can result in a specific cellular response. Next, glycogen phosphorylase will begin to break down a molecule of glycogen. Glycogen is a chain of glucose molecules. These individual subunits of glucose can now exit the liver cells and enter the bloodstream. These molecules of glucose are used as energy to trigger the fight or flight response in our body. A deficiency of glucose in the body can lead to diabetes, where the body does not have a proper reaction with insulin. As a whole, the epinephrine signaling pathway regulates the activity of proteins rather than their synthesis like a nuclear response would. To terminate the reaction or turn off a cell signal, certain things must occur. One way to stop a cell signal is for the signaling molecule, epinephrine, to unbind to the receptor protein, because this is an easily reversible process. Another way to stop cell signaling is if the concentration of receptors with bound signaling molecules drops below a certain level. This causes the kinase proteins to inactivate, the G protein to hydrolyze GTP, and CAMP is converted to AMP. After the cell signal is stopped, the cell is ready to repeat the process all over again.